G'day folks. Well, I've been down to the track just on Sunday, so it's Monday today. Yes, well, you probably realised I haven't put any videos up of the day just yet. I will do, but I just want to give you a heads up. The day wasn't without drama. It's nothing. It's not terminal, guys. We've blown nothing up, but that bloody MSD box has surfaced again, and it's definitely buggered. That's what it is, guys. I'll tell you what's going on with it. When I first went out, they do what they call as observation laps, and I sort of just did some warm-up laps. You know, I did about 10 laps, I think. I might put that video up actually. It's not a bad little vid. I had a guy behind me, the name of John Bennett, and he's in a little white hatchback Torana, and he was sort of following me around from behind, and we were sort of just building up a little bit of speed along the front straight towards the hairpin, and that was good fun. That actually, it was fine. Didn't have an issue with it. It was good, felt okay. And then I came back and I thought, I'll just throw the light on it, there's timing light. And I've actually I've got another tiny little issue, but the main issue is that bloody ignition's still cutting out. But anyway, I put the light on it and I had it sort of set at 20 degrees. And when I first took it out, guys, it felt funny. It felt like really strong, but then once I sort of got up around, it felt like around 4,000, 4,500, 5,000 even, between 4 and 5, it felt like it sort of just laid over a little bit on me. It just felt like not like it normally did, guys, really just get into it. So I just couldn't work out what was going on. The water meth was working, everything was sort of really, it felt good, but it just felt like the power delivery wasn't quite there. Anyway, like I said, I came in and I put the timing light on it and it was flickering a little bit. I thought, oh bloody hell, what's going on here? And I'd give it a rev, like flickered sort of idling around sort of 1 degree, you know, sort of 19, 20, 21. And I'd give it a little rev, you know, just sort of up to about 3,000. And it started to go into retard. And I thought, bloody hell, what's going on with it? You know, I've locked the dizzy out, and it sort of went right back to nearly 16 degrees. It was about 17 it was, up to about 3,000 revs. And the penny dropped, and I just realised that this is why the power was feeling a bit funny. You know, when you sort of get into it, up in the top department there, it just felt a little bit sluggish. And yeah, that's what it turns out. And I've actually just pulled the dizzy off it, and there's this tiny little bit of movement in it there somewhere. So I've got to pull that thing back out and go over it properly, and wherever it's moving, I've got to just lock it out so it's solid and not moving at all. So that's another little thing I've got to do, which is no big deal. But it's funny, you know, 3 degrees, 3.5, 4 degrees, man, she loses some power. You can really feel it. They reckon when you're boosted, it's anywhere up to sort of, this is flywheel horsepower, guys. If you're off the mark for timing, you can lose anywhere up to around 30 horse per degree of timing. Just depending, that's only a rule of thumb. But yeah, I really felt it, like it just wouldn't really rev out, like really hard, like it does normally before, when I've been down previously with it. So, got to lock it out, end of story. Now the ignition, guys, it's funny. It was fine up to about 3,000 revs, and what this MSD does, it sends a multiple spark up to around 3,000 revs. So it's not just one continuous spark, it sends a multiple spark. I'm not sure whether it's 3 or 4, 2 sparks, you know, like per sort of shot. But that's what it does. Then once it gets to sort of 3,000 revs and over, it does a really big, just a big strong spark. And I reckon what's happening is it's just getting to that multiple spark it's doing, then it's just cutting out altogether. And it was just as it started to ramp the boost, bang, you know, even when the methanol light just started to sort of come on, she'd go. And the box is getting really hot, like almost to the point you sort of can't hold your hand on it. I noticed it too, guys, when I unloaded it from the trailer. Even just when I ran it for no more than about 5 minutes, idling away and a couple of tiny little revs, you know, nothing really. The box got hot really quick, you know, really heated up. So there's an issue with it. There's something going on with it. It's not happy. There's actually John Bennett, the guy that's got that white Torana hatchback. He's running an MSD box, and it's funny. At the end of the day, I asked him, and he said, "Oh, it's in here. Have a look at it." And bugging me old, he's got an MSD 6AL. He'd only been in, I don't know, 5 minutes or whatever. The thing was as cool as anything, like to touch. It was warm, but it was nowhere near hot. Whereas this thing of mine, you can hardly touch it. Then it just stays really warm. It won't cool down for a good 20 minutes, half an hour. So we've got issues going on with that, guys. It was disappointing, but actually on the first race, and I will put that vid up, I did 2 reasonable laps. So I did a 1:10, and I was actually starting to just feel my way and get into it. And yeah, then she let me down. But that's all right. Look, I was a bit upset and a bit sort of pissed off with it all, and went in, not a hole, but I just got a little bit annoyed with it all, considering I'd done all that work with it. But I took away a lot of positive, guys. The whole wiring system on it is incredible. It starts unbelievable, and it's just a real joy now. Even to drive it feels a lot different with the dash completely out of it and all sort of gutted out. It is really good, and I'm getting a lot more cooler air coming in to the car. It just sort of blasts you now around the feet, and I love that. It was 30 odd degrees down there too, so it was a warm one. It was a warm one. What else was I going to say? I forgot. Camera's rolling, and I just, sometimes I go into these I have these mind blanks. I've ordered another box, guys. I've got an MSD 6AL2 on order. So it's the programmable one, and look, I've bit the bullet, guys, and I wasn't going to bother about it until later in the year, but I've decided, no, I'm going to go with it now and wire this new system in and fix that dizzy so it's completely locked and there's no movement in it whatsoever. And I'm actually going to go and get a dynoed. Blair, I hope you don't get upset over me wanting a dyno somewhere else, mate. It's just working out this way at the minute. Oh, geez, I wish you were local. I'd be, you know, even in the state, I'd go straight to you. But I really need to sort this out once and for all. So it's just something that's plaguing me. And I have noticed too, guys, that when I'm in the hairpin coming out of it, it just bogs down. I really need a lot more advancement, sort of getting on the gas before the boost comes in. And it's really, you just see it in the vids there, the guys are just pulling away, and I just sort of need to sort of get into it a little bit earlier. And I think I really need some, get up around sort of 35 degrees of timing to take advantage of the torque of this motor and not be just reliant on the 20 degrees locked out, because it's really holding me back in that sense. So that's where I'm going to go with it, guys. And so in the next few weeks, maybe a month, I'll hopefully, well, this box will turn up within the next week, and hopefully in the next sort of couple of weeks I'll have it all up and running again. And then maybe a week or two after that I can sort of book a time in to a dyno. I haven't sort of worked out which fella I'm going to take it to yet, but I'll soon nut that out, and then we'll just take it in and try and get a bit of a timing graph on it, and just see where it's happy and what sort of timing it likes. I could be really robbing myself, guys, now that I've got the water methanol on. Even 20 degrees on 14 pound, it may want 24, 25 degrees and still be well in that margin. So yeah, I'll put them vids up, guys, don't worry. I'll put the observation laps, and I'll do the first race, and we'll see how I go. I may even actually put on the last race. There's another one where I didn't even really get a chance, but it's interesting because when I started to go around the sweeper, there's a guy down there by the name of Tim O'Shea. He's got a beautiful Commodore, and it screams. And I saw him coming because I basically pulled right over to the left side of the track down around the sweeper, and I seen him coming, and I literally blew the doors off. It was unbelievable. And yeah, even if you just watch the vid for that, so he must be doing 240, 50 down around there, probably 230 maybe. He's really pumping. I know he does, I think around 58s, so that's a beast, that car. So maybe one day, hopefully, you know, with all the development over the years of persisting with this, I'd love to be able to crack a minute with it. That's my sort of ultimate goal, and I think it's quite achievable, but we need, like I said, we just need to get the grip and get this sort of timing all sort of sussed out, and my driving. I really need to get the confidence. But I'm getting there, guys. Alright, well that's it for now on this one. I will get back on there and talk about this car again for those who are very sort of interested in the turbo scenario. And there's another little note too, guys. I noticed there's always picking up data when we take our cars out and we test them. When I came back in, I had it running, and I went round the back and I was just checking things out underneath, making sure I'm not dumping any oil out or whatever, something stupid. But I noticed out of the turbo vent pipe, she's a tiny little bit of vapour coming out of it. So that's telling you, or telling me, guys, that you need to vent them. It's crucial you vent them, because if you've got a closed system like I had, you just get a build up of pressure in there. And since I've vented that and run that sort of that box with a vent off it and just dumped it straight in gravity, I've had no issues whatsoever with the turbo drain. It's completely solved everything, guys, so that's an incredible win, nutting all that out. It really is. And that was a lot of trouble I had for a lot of years, was oil in the charge pipe, running it out of the back of the turbo, smoke coming out all the time. You've got to let them breathe. Good lesson there I learnt. Alright guys, well, that's up to date on how we went down the track. The Streamliner trailer is unbelievable. That tows like a dream. God, I'm stoked with that. It's an amazing little trailer, that. It's just incredible. It really is. I'll throw them other couple of vids up, and I'll get rolling on the car a bit again, and keep you all in the loop when this box turns up. We'll have a good talk about that, and yeah, it's all starting to happen again, guys. Alright, catch you later.